Thank you very much. Thank you, Kendra. We might actually go to the next slide. We'll actually show you some, you can see put the name with the face. My name is Terry Champion. I'm a professor in the School of Business. I'm also the coordinator of the 2-year sales and marketing program. So I'll be talking to you today briefly about the program. I also wanted to introduce my 2 other colleagues who are part of our session. We have Mr. David Pastrick, who is the coordinator of the International Business Programs, the 2-year diploma, as well as the 3-year advanced diploma. And we also have Professor Monique Finley, who's joining us. She is the coordinator of the Business General, the 2-year Business General program. And I believe that David Monique is starting us off right now. So I'll pass it over to Professor Finley.
Thank you very much, Terry. Welcome to everybody. I wanted to reassure you that this college program, the School of Business, which I assume you're all interested in, has really put an awful lot of thought into how you might want to proceed or carry on with your diploma or with your post-secondary school education. If you're like most students, you don't really know exactly what you want to study, and you perhaps don't even know exactly how far or how many years you want to commit to a post-secondary school education. Well, that's a really common thing. And what Niagara College has done is created opportunities for you to decide how long you want to study, how long you want to be in a program or continue on with your studies, and when you might want to leave. So this is what we've created. We've got 2-year diploma programs. Terry's and mine are both 2-year diploma programs. We also offer 3-year diploma programs. Dave's International Business that you'll hear about has both a 2- and a 3-year program if you wanted to go that extra year. But beyond all that, what Niagara College has built are things like grad certificates. These are things you might want to think of after you get your first credential, your first diploma. And they are really interesting, specific, quick, intense snapshots down specific business paths like supply chain management or perhaps human resources and as well international business. If you wanted to go even farther, you could go on and get a degree. We offer some degree programs, or you can partner with, or you can be sent off to some of the universities that Niagara College has established pathways or relationships with. So the bottom line is this: Niagara College has really done a great job in trying to be as flexible as they can be for you to move through your education and your career with respect to post-secondary school education. So once you get started, know that you've got options to carry on or to exit and go find that career job that you are looking for, the reason why you're probably studying here at Niagara. Thank you.
Okay, Monique, let me step in here, and good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, because I'm sure we got people from all over here, depending on where you are. And what I wanted to talk about was, just as you've seen from Monique, that we've got a lot of different pathways and exit strategies. I want to tell you about a lot of the different features. Some of the characteristics are here that we have that are going to help you achieve those goals. Our experience and our observations have shown that there are a lot of different things that will help you to achieve success. And first, we have to recognize that the professors we have are all from industries. They're professionals, they have the knowledge, they have the networks, and not only will you be able to tap into that experience, but there'll also be opportunities for you to develop your own industry contacts through things like lectures and clubs, competitions, field trips, projects. You're also going to develop some work experience. You'll do this through your internships, your group work, Niagara research, individual assignments, where you learn by doing. Textbooks and lectures are useful and important, but there's nothing like the practical application of your skills. And this is supplemented by having projects that focus on the learning objectives. This project-based learning will be challenging you to resolving issues that you're going to face in the work environment. And just as your professors have professional credentials to keep them current, you'll have an opportunity to develop your own credentials as well. Niagara College ensures that you have the academic background or accreditation from some of the national bodies that exist, such as the Canadian Professional Sales Association. They have the designation sales professional, the certified international trade professional from the Forum for International Trade Training. And the flexibility of the program of instruction allows you to have a variety of academic pathways from which to choose. You're really going to see that when we get into the program detail discussions in a few minutes. And of course, we don't ignore the fun and competitive side of the learning process. The business competitions, such as the annual Ontario Colleges Marketing Competition or the Global X Culture Games, are a couple of examples of the things that are available to you. And overriding all of this is our focus on entrepreneurship, the ability to critically think through a problem and to understand the risks and rewards of your decisions, your business decisions, the challenges and opportunities, say, of starting a new business or rescuing a failing enterprise, or even changing the direction of a large multinational firm that's facing new competitors and new markets. It's all part of the learning process here at Niagara. So while we've got hundreds of different program options for you at Niagara College, today we want to talk to you about 4 specific programs. And I'd like to ask Terry Champion, who you've already met, to pick it up from here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, David. So welcome again. Once again, my name is Professor Terry Champion, and I'm the coordinator of the 2-year sales and marketing program. So I wanted to take the opportunity today to give you a little bit of insight into what it's like to take this program. And if you've applied for this program, you know that it is a 2-year program. The other unique element of this program, and this is something that other programs in the School of Business share as well, is we offer 2 different starts or entry points for the program. So you can enter either in September in the fall, but we also offer a January start to the program. So there is a little bit of flexibility in terms of the timing of when you might enter the program. The program itself falls over 4 terms. So it's very nicely packaged in terms of how the curriculum is laid out. So you'll be taking 6 courses per term, and there are 4 terms in total. Most of the courses that you will be taking in the program have been pre-selected for you. We spend a lot of time thinking about the curriculum and what types of skills and knowledge we think is important for an upcoming sales and marketing professional. We have the benefit of being able to tap into not just our own insight, but our current students, alumni, and we also have community business leaders and professionals that are part of our program advisory committee that help to put their feedback into the curriculum design as well. So if you've taken a look at the courses, and that's something that I definitely recommend that you do, I'm not going to list them all for you because they're all nicely laid out on the Niagara College website. Just look for sales and marketing, and you'll see exactly what you would be studying in each of the 4 terms. And some of the highlights of your studies I've listed here. Certainly in a sales and marketing program, you're going to take, surprise, the courses in marketing and courses in sales. You'll have your first professional selling course in term 2, and that continues into year 3 where you'll take part 2. You'll also study things like sales and marketing strategy. We give you an opportunity to delve into what it takes to be a successful sales professional through a course called Sales Success. We also offer a number of marketing courses in terms of marketing strategy, as well as focusing on things like understanding consumers through consumer behavior, as well as studying things like marketing communications. And then peppered within all of those courses, you'll get other things like courses in retail, operations. You'll take a course in basic accounting. You'll have obviously communications courses. So I would really urge you to take a look at the course complement online, and it'll give you a great sense of what you'd be studying in the program. But I also want to talk to you about some of the other benefits of the program. So if we'll go to the next slide. I've prepared what I'm going to call a sell sheet of what the sales and marketing program can offer you. And there are a lot of unique features to the program. So I've already mentioned a few of them. One is that 2-year entry point of either coming in the fall or coming in the winter. But I also want to highlight the fact that the sales and marketing program is very unique. If you've been looking at all at other programs at other colleges, you're going to see that there's quite a few colleges that offer, for example, 2-year marketing programs. And our program is a little different and is unique because we integrate sales into that programming curriculum as well. And we are one of only 2 programs in Ontario that offer sales and marketing together. And that particular combination is one that is very sought after by a lot of businesses and a lot of organizations. Being able to have that extra kind of value add to a business or a marketing diploma is something that is quite unique. Some other things that I'll touch on are things like our internship. So in the sales and marketing program, in addition to taking courses, you also have the opportunity to complete an internship. It's a very small amount of time. It's not a full semester like a co-op experience would be, because some of our business programs offer co-op. We offer what we call an internship, 120 hours that you complete in some type of sales or marketing organization or environment. It is open and very flexible in terms of when you do these 120 hours, but they do have to be completed before you graduate. So we do have an internship facilitator who will help to post opportunities to help guide you into perhaps finding that perfect opportunity or internship experience that you think would help you. And certainly things like having an internship experience can help you to think about, where your career path might take you. It's something nice to add to your resume, to your LinkedIn profile, to, your Indeed description. And something that I think for a lot of students, particularly students that don't have a lot of work experience, the internship is really quite valuable. We also offer some other features. David mentioned a lot of project-based learning. We definitely do lots of projects in sales and marketing. You're going to get the theory, but you're also going to get the opportunity to learn by doing. So most of your major core courses, for example, in sales and marketing, will also offer a project. You might be working individually, you might be working with others in a group, most often in a group. And usually we work with businesses, actual real live organizations, to give you exposure, not just to their insight, but to give you a project or an activity to work on that really has kind of a realistic nature to it. So lots of project-based learnings. David also mentioned an entrepreneurial focus. We do offer 2 entrepreneurial courses embedded into the curriculum in sales and marketing, because we have a lot of students who are interested in either at one point owning their own business, or perhaps they're part of a family business, or perhaps just one day in the future, they'd like to consider perhaps being in some type of a management or an entrepreneurial type role. And then lastly, David also mentioned competitions. In sales and marketing, we love to compete, and we do have a lot of extra learning opportunities available to students who want to pursue perhaps another added benefit or value. So you can compete, for example, on our marketing team in the Ontario Colleges Marketing Competition, which we compete in every year, and we'll be doing that again in November as well. Other opportunities can sometimes be, that sometimes come up. Will also give you an opportunity to either work individually and compete and to show off your skills, or perhaps work with others. So there's lots of additional benefits that come from perhaps looking at your program as being more than just time spent in an institution. And it's really up to you to think about what you want to get out of the experience. And there's lots of advantages and benefits that are part of this program. Certainly things that a lot of our alumni will attest to, and you're going to have an opportunity actually to hear from a current student in sales and marketing and a little bit later on in the session. So those are the major features and benefits of the program. And I just want to wrap up by giving you a highlight of perhaps some of the career opportunities. Thank you. So sales and marketing graduates go into a variety of different career paths. We definitely have students who are interested in getting into some type of a professional sales career, usually in a B2B type of environment. We also have graduates who are interested in pursuing perhaps more of a managerial type of position. We do have a lot of students who are interested in either retail management or business management. Sometimes there are opportunities to go into entry-level supervisory or management positions. We also have a lot of students who are either interested in owning a business or perhaps are part of a family business. So definitely there is opportunities to take that entrepreneurial focus that we have and use it to your benefit. And certainly today in terms of the world of marketing and marketing communications, there's a lot of need and a lot of interest in the digital landscape in terms of marketing communications, a lot of opportunities in terms of social media positions, social media coordinators. We see those types of positions coming up quite regularly. So it's a very unique program in that it does give you an entree into a number of different career opportunities and paths. And I mean, ultimately, it has to be a career path or a job or a position or an organization that you personally have, enthusiasm and passion for. So I don't want to say the sky's the limit, but it definitely is pretty wide open in terms of where you might go. And we take great pride in seeing the success of a lot of our graduates, and in the sales and marketing program, that's no different. I certainly love to connect with our alumni and our graduates and hear about what they're doing. And today, through technology, we're able to do that even quite a bit easier and more frequently. So be happy to talk to you about different career opportunities. Certainly once you enter into the program, we spend some time talking about this as well. So that's the kind of major features of sales and marketing. And I'm going to turn it over next to Professor Monique Finley, and she's going to talk to you about one of our other fantastic two-year programs as well. Monique.
Thank you so much, Terry. I've had the privilege of teaching into Terry's sales and marketing program for a couple of years now, and I love it. I'm the coordinator of the general business program, but it's certainly a very, very strong program that leads to some fantastic careers. But enough about that. This is general business. Our general business program has really been crafted with you in mind, in that so many of us want to go into business, and we do. It's a fabulous career. It's a varied career, and it's a career that will always be around and in demand. But many students, many people don't know exactly what they want to take in business. They want a smattering. They know it's a great big career opportunity, which it is, but they don't know exactly which path to go down. And this is what Niagara College has done. All of these programs listed on this slide are my general business program, international business, human resources, supply chain marketing. We've created it so that all of those programs have the exact 2 first terms. These are the courses that you would take in the first 2 terms of all of these diploma programs. And what makes it particularly wonderful is, and you can imagine, after taking these courses, you might decide that there is a different path or a different route that you want to go down. You might find that although you're in one stream, you just love that marketing course. You're able to move on into a marketing diploma very easily in your 3rd term. We have made and crafted this whole program to give you the options to pivot, if you want, into an area of specialization. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. But often a student just wants a very broad, very useful overview of the business world. And I'm going to show you what we've done with the next slide. The first 2 terms are all the same in those programs that I had listed. Now, what the general business program at Niagara College, and as far as I've researched, this is incredibly unique to Niagara College. The 3rd and 4th term, to a great extent, not completely, but to a great extent, allows you to specialize if you want to. So you'll come out with a general business diploma, but you can have a specialty in one of these 4 areas. And you can do that by building your timetable around the electives that you're most interested in. So you want a general business diploma, but you really kind of liked that human resource course that you had in term 2. In term 3, you can pick an elective that will allow you in term 4 to go even deeper, in our example, into human resources. And you come out of the Niagara College general business program with a 2-year diploma with a specialization. And all you need to do is strategically pick your electives. By doing this, you're able to craft your interests and your career goals as you're learning, depending on what is of interest to you, into the career path that fits you best. It's that amount of flexibility that, to my understanding, you simply don't see with other colleges, this opportunity to specialize. The next slide. Yep. Now look at all these careers that are directly linked to general business. The bottom line is this: people, employers of small to medium-sized businesses often look for a well-rounded individual that can grow with their corporation and be a part of their corporation and contribute to their corporation. So our overall strategy is to give you students a general view, an overreaching view that can lead you into any one of these career paths and more. You come out of our program with applied research experiences that are perfectly in tune with your interests, that will prepare you to step into any one of these careers and be successful. You can grow in our program just like you can grow once you get into any one of these careers. As the opportunities with your employer open up, you'll be ready in our general business program. David Pastrick, take it away and talk to them about your international world.
Thanks, Monique. And in fact, I'm grateful for what Terry and Monique covered already, because we're going to build from that and add some things to it. First of all, we've got both a 2-year and a 3-year programs available for you in international business. We have, like the other programs, starts in September and January. I think most people who are listening here are focused on the September starts, but you can know that you can start a little bit later. And of course, we have a formal national accreditation from the Forum for International Trade Training based in Ottawa, and that's a certified international trade professional. Some people at this stage of their careers are interested in looking at that, and we have the academic credentials for that. So let's talk then about the courses that are available and what you'll be taking. The next, there we are. Yeah. So we've already talked about the common first year that has been so successful for business general and the way it grows. And it's the same common first year for both the 2-year and the 3-year programs here. So that's already been well covered. The second year of the program, we move into some of the courses that are certainly common to all commercial enterprises, things like accounting and business writing and law. But we also have to talk about a number of courses where we introduce a frontier. We introduce a border. All of a sudden, we're going to a different culture. We're going to a different culture, currency. We're going to a different legal system. And we have to add some international courses to that. So we talk a little bit about some various international marketing courses, the way we might communicate a little bit differently in an international environment. And of course, we talk about logistics. And you have at that time an opportunity to select a few electives. That would complete the studies for the 2-year program. Those of you who are going on to the 3rd year, which will be the next slide, will take the same 2 years as the first 2 years of the international business 2-year program, but now getting a little bit specialized in a couple of other items. We're starting to focus a little bit more on some of the more commercial courses. You can see things like entrepreneurship and strategic management are part of it. The applied research course is a very focused work integrated learning situation where you're doing some work with an actual company that has some specific problems. And of course, we have a series of courses that we would take when we introduce that border, when we introduce that frontier. We talk about things like legal systems and business planning and financial situation. And at this stage as well, in the third year of the business administration program, you're going to start being exposed to some different languages. Certainly, we don't pretend that you're going to leave here speaking another language, but we'd like to introduce you to at least some of the basic concepts of other languages. Which leads, regardless of the 2-year or the 3-year, which leads to the career opportunities that are available in both programs. Now, international business professionals are found in every industry, every organization, every level of government. And some of them are actually trading actively. Some of them are actually directly exporting and importing. Even if you're not doing that, every single company in the world is touched some way by global trade. If not at the level of having to deal with customers in that environment, certainly with suppliers, and at the very least competitors will be globally available. So all of these companies need to be ready for that. We'll need people with your skills to be able to deal with those market conditions. So lots of exciting opportunities. I'm looking forward to seeing so many of you in September, hopefully. And at this stage, I would like to ask Terry to come back and introduce you to our guest speaker. So thanks, everyone, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you very much, David. So hopefully now you've had a bit of an opportunity to hear about 3 very unique programs in the School of Business. And we thought it would be valuable to give you some kind of added insight from the perspective of a student who is sitting, sat where you are right now, not too long ago, and looked at all the different options and business programs and schools, and chose Niagara College, and in particular chose the 2-year sales and marketing program. So I want to give you an opportunity to hear from somebody who is, again, very similar to the situation that you find yourselves in. And I'll let our guest, Victor Costa, give you a little bit of insight into his background, but I'd like to turn it over to Victor Costa, who is a 2nd-year sales and marketing student.
Hi, guys. My name is Victor, and I'm here just to talk a little bit about my decision to come to Niagara College. I'm from Brazil. I'm an international student. And most of the time that when I'm talking with some friends on the internet, they always ask me, why did you choose Niagara College? I like to say that I didn't choose Niagara College. It was Niagara College that chose me. While I was in Brazil, I searched for several colleges, and Niagara College was the last one that I found. And at that time, I decided to create a list of requirements to consider a college in my final decision. And for example, how the college treat the students as people, not numbers, for example, and the level of excellence of the instructors that we have, the best price, for sure. I know that this is not like a cost, it's more like investment, but you have to see the price too, because sometimes it's too expensive. And how I would feel on campus, like the structure that they have, if I can feel home there. And I sent an email. I like to say that because I sent an email to every college that I found, questioning several things to them. And Niagara College was the first one to answer me in less than 5 minutes, was super clear about everything without lying about anything. And I like to say too that I'm still waiting for the response of one of those colleges, and it's over 1 year old right now. So I love being a student at Niagara College because here, for the first time in my life, I felt like I really developed as a professional. I have a background in engineering and business. I have an electrical engineering degree, bachelor degree, and I have an executive MBA in business management. And I have worked in a lot of companies, like huge companies like Accenture, for example. But it was here that I felt for the first time that I was having an evolution, and not only in the knowledge that I always wanted to acquire, but also the personal skills that I know that are so important for the career that I want to pursue. And I love to know that I'm doing my best and that the college is ready to offer me the best that they have. So, and I feel very supported about my professors, the staff of the college, and the service that we have, because like they're always there for me, you know. I even have, like, in this session right here, one of the two best professors that I ever had, Terry and Monique. And unfortunately, I didn't have the pleasure of having David as a professor, but I know that he's amazing too. And knowing that, like, you have this kind of professionals there to help you with simple or complex issues that you may have is extremely rewarding and wonderful. So for the staff and the services, Kendra here is an amazing staff that we have. And I can only say that they are the best that you can find right now on the market. And because, like, the attention that they offer to us and the level of the services that they have are totally unthinkable these days, where most places only see us as numbers. So having this kind of care was that made me choose Niagara College in the past, and will make me choose again in the future for sure. So that's it. But, like, for me, this is the best that I can say about Niagara College right now. I'm very happy here. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Victor. So we're going to move into a couple of the questions that came through when the session was happening. So the first one that I'm going to start is a question from Gabriel. They are from Brazil. Does the, I think it's the business sales marketing course, I'm assuming, include digital marketing subjects?
Yes, thank you. That's a good question. We do touch on digital marketing for sure in a number of courses in the sales and marketing program. And we also, one of the things that I did want to mention is we do offer a number of computer or software-based courses in sales and marketing. So you actually get one computer course or digital course every semester. And you do get an opportunity to learn a little bit about e-commerce and e-business. And Victor, if you wanted to maybe comment on that as well. I know you're taking one of those courses right now where you're designing a Shopify website. Yeah.
I have like
let you chat about that for a moment.
Yeah, we're taking like the EBusiness course, and we have to build from scratch Shopify store. So we're almost ending this, and we have like we have to work as groups. So you can build your own store, but in the end, you have to choose the best one to try to sell them to, like, sell the project to the professor. So it's amazing because you learn everything. Like he's awesome as a professor. Like it's Professor John. He's awesome as a professor, and he always talked about what we need to know about Shopify and all the other softwares that we need to use, like Photoshop. And sometimes you are going to create a video as an assignment, so you will learn about the Adobe Premiere, and you can use the college. Like we have softwares that you can, like there's an app called Splashtop, I think, and you can use like the college login and to go to this kind of software, you know, because sometimes it's like too expensive to buy it, so you can use the college to use them. So yeah, it's amazing. Like the assignments that we have are amazing for sure.
Thank you, Victor. Thanks for stepping in there. Now, in terms of digital marketing, other courses, we don't have a standalone course in digital marketing or digital marketing communications. It is, you know, it's challenging in a 2-year program to be able to offer absolutely everything. So we do touch on the topic of digital marketing communications in a few courses, more so in second year. So one of them being integrated marketing communications. One of the topics that we cover is digital marketing. And then we do have a few computer courses where, as Victor mentioned, we touch into a little bit to do with video, Photoshop, social media, and then EBusiness. So it's not a standalone course, but right now it's embedded across a number of different courses.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I also apologize, I did not introduce James when I was introducing this session. So James Marr is an international rep, and he will be there to answer any international questions as well. The next question comes from Jerry. For sales and marketing, is there also a chance to be certified as a professional salesperson like Professor Pastrick said?
Yes, right now we do have an accreditation agreement with the Canadian Professional Sales Association. So upon graduation, students that will be graduating this year will also be able to qualify for the first accreditation that you get from them. The CPSA is a national association of sales professionals, and you can take courses from them on your own or individually if you were out working. But because you are part of our program, based on the courses that we offer, you automatically earn the very first certificate that they offer. Now, the Canadian Professional Sales Association is changing their the way they're structured right now. They're just in the process of a reorganization. So we haven't quite finalized the details of what our future arrangement will be with them. But at this particular time, we do have a connection with them. And definitely we are looking into how we might continue that in the future.
Perfect, thank you. So there are two questions that I think are similar in nature, so I'm going to combine them as I'm asking them. Can we speak a little bit more about the 120-hour internship for business sales and marketing? Would a student be able to work during that time? Is it at the same time as classes, or is it an individualized component?
Okay, good question. It is an individualized component. So we introduce it right at the beginning of year one, meaning telling you about it and trying to connect you with our internship facilitator. We have a fantastic facilitator. Her name is Jen Day, and she's in charge of kind of monitoring the process. So she has routinely organizations who reach out to her, businesses that say, you know, we really need help with this. We'd like to take a student to help us do that. And she'll vet those opportunities, make sure they meet our requirements, and then she'll post them and you can apply for them. So you could get your internship done first year if you wanted to, or you could, you know, take a little bit more time. If you're starting in the fall, what I often suggest is perhaps look for an internship opportunity between the spring and summer break. So you're going to be completing your program like mid to end of April. And then you do have, you know, 4 months before you're back again in the fall. So that's a good chunk of time where you could easily knock off your internship experience if it fits with what you're looking for in the organization. But you don't have to. You could do it while you're taking classes. You know, 120 hours if you wanted to do, you know, 4 hours a week or 6 hours a week. It's totally up to you and whatever the organization is that you're going to be working with. Those internships, again, are individual. You do have to get it approved before you start your hours just to make sure it fits our requirements. They may be paid, they may be non-paid. A lot of the internship opportunities tend to be non-paid, but that doesn't mean that they all are. And you may also have, for example, a current connection with, let's say, an employer or an organization that you currently work with, and your question might be, could I use those hours as my internship? And there is the potential and the opportunity to do so. It just depends on what you're doing for that organization. And sometimes what I would counsel students to do is if you're already working for a company and you really like them and they like you, why not take this as an opportunity to learn something new about that organization, or offer to take on a special project or learn something in the organization that you think would be valuable. So there is an opportunity to take what you're already doing and translate that to an internship. That's something that you would discuss with Jen and myself if need be. Hope that answers it. If you have any other questions about that, let me know.
Perfect, thank you. So we have someone who is beginning Business General in May. They are an international student, their visa is in process. They're wondering what classes are how the delivery will be for May, for the May intake.
I think any one of us could take that, but I might as well take it. All classes that are going to be held throughout the spring and summer from May till whenever in August, all classes in the School of Business are going to be online. So you can study from wherever you are and get started on your get started on your Niagara College experience.
Perfect, thank you. So if anybody has any other questions, like they may have seen that the Q&A has been working wonderfully for us. Ooh, and as I speak, one comes in, I manifested it. So what's the job selection after the internship? So what do we find people who have had experiences in internships may potentially transition into a job is what I'm guessing the question is.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I think that's always something that we would hope might have the potential to happen. It really depends on the organization. Some organizations are in a position to be able to hire a student and to keep them on. Certainly that is your best entree, I think, into, you know, if you really have a particular organization or company that you're really strongly interested in and would love to work for them when you graduate, my suggestion and advice would be, well, let's try and hit them up for an internship now, because it gives you an opportunity to make your presence known in that organization. They get to see you and what you can do, and hopefully there's a nice little synergy happening there. And then down the road, if there's an opportunity for them to, you know, if they need to hire somebody full-time, then obviously from their perspective, they've got a great opportunity to have already, you know, kind of tested out your skills and abilities. So I think that would be, you know, a great pathway for some students. It doesn't always happen. It really depends on the organization and whether they have a need at that point. But I mean, it may not be a need that happens right away, but obviously if you've worked in an internship position and you keep in connection with that organization, who knows, maybe a year down the road or 2 years down the road, something might open up, and hopefully that previous experience would help.
Perfect, thank you. There was a question earlier that I answered, but it might be a good opportunity to speak about. Someone was asking what like the technology requirements are for a program. Do they have to have a certain type of laptop? Do they have to have a certain type of thing like that?
Maybe I can address that one a little bit, because I have a lot of students in international business who are from all over the world, obviously. So one of the things you'll need is an internet connection. It doesn't have to be the best. Obviously, the better it is, the better it is for you, but you will need an internet connection. In terms of the actual technology, most students find more success with a laptop than trying to do it on their phone. Certainly, there are some who will try to do everything on the phone, but it's a little bit difficult. The laptop, the Macs are a little bit different, and Mac is fine. It shouldn't really be a problem, except that when we try to use Blackboard, that there's a little bit of a patch that's certainly available. The IT people at our school really work hard with individual students at sorting it out. So there's a little bit of a patch for Mac for your Blackboard submissions. But other than that, I've really not seen many other technology issues. So Terry and Monique, I don't know if you can add to that.
No, I would agree. I think that for most students, it's really, in most cases, a question of preference with respect to what type of, you know, what type of computer you'd like to use. I would echo and agree with David that, yes, it's fine to check in on your phone if you're looking to access some quick information, but obviously if you're submitting a major project or some type of written submission, a phone is just not really going to be that, probably that easy to maneuver. One thing I also wanted to mention, David referenced Blackboard. So we do have an online, and Monique mentioned, you know, that we'll be online in the spring, which we are. So we do have an online learning system. It's called Blackboard. And what it is basically your communication channel to your faculty, your courses, and basically the rest of the college. So you get access to a specific site. And that Blackboard site will be customized to you. So all of the courses that you're taking will appear on your site. You then click on whatever course you're looking to connect with, and you'll see, for example, everything that's been posted by your professor, whether it's assignments or PowerPoint slides, or in the case of online learning, sometimes there might be recordings, either a narrated PowerPoint slideshow or perhaps a live recording of an online class. And that's where you would connect with all of your faculty. That's where you would go online to listen to live lecture classes, which is what we offer. That's where you go to submit assignments. That's where you'll find the links to upload any information and to download information. So that is your main point of communication, particularly now that we're online. Blackboard is the way that you would do that.
Okay, thank you. So we have a couple of questions regarding international travel to Canada, being an international student. So I'm sure James will be able to answer some of these for us. So someone's asking, if they get their visa, they travel to Canada, will the college provide me the support letter for travel? They're from India.
Yeah, so for students traveling, right, to Canada, we do provide the support letters, but what every student really needs to pay attention to is that we have a dedicated quarantine team. You should not book travel unless you have reached out and been approved by the Niagara College quarantine team. Okay, so in a moment, I will put the link in the chat for that, but it is very important because there are so many guidelines from public health and the federal government surrounding quarantine and arriving in Canada. We are here to support you from beginning to end, but we absolutely need you to follow the guidelines set out by the quarantine team. So please reach out, email them, register with them, and they will show you step by step how to arrive safely and on time here in Canada. So again, it's just very important. There are huge fines if you are breaking quarantine, or if you arrive in Canada without the proper paperwork, you may not even be allowed on the plane. So it's very important to reach out to us. Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The next question also may be for James as well. So this person hopes to start next fall, and I'm assuming they mean fall 2022 by next fall. I mean, I'm not 100% certain, so Jerry, please correct me in the chat if I am incorrect. So in terms of if classes are online, how does immigration work then? Oh, it's 2021 September. I apologize.
There we go. We have video.
It's nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see everybody. Another great question, right? And the regulations surrounding student visas and taking classes online are constantly changing and evolving. Okay, the best place for information is on the international website under the FAQ, where you will get more details and the most up-to-date details on how studying online may and recently may not affect your postgraduate work permit. So the government of Canada has been very good at trying to adapt to the new situation that we're in terms of allowing students to complete some of their studies online and not have it affect postgraduate work permits in the future. So it's very important to check on the website under the international area and look at the COVID-19 FAQ. Also happening right now are the international Ask Me Anything sessions, where you can go in and at some, most of the time we will have an international student advisor there who are what we call RCICs, and they are approved and sort of regulated by our government to give visa and immigration advice. So they would be the most appropriate people to reach out to and get the best advice possible. So I will, I'll put that in the chat as well.
Perfect. The next question is about scholarships, and I am thinking that they may be an international student as well, just from Victor's comment. So if you're an international student, what are the scholarship opportunities for you?
Yes, and I see Victor has added a good link into the chat, and that's exactly where I would direct students, right? We do have a lot of scholarships that students can complete as they are applying or before they actually register here at the college. follow the link and you will find information on the different types of scholarships we offer and what are the requirements. Okay, so take a very close look there. And then also keep in mind, we do have international student awards, where if you are, doing very well academically, you might be eligible for a student award. I think Victor maybe has better context on that, but we do give out a lot of international student awards, not only for academic performance, but also community involvement and getting out there. So Victor, I'd be happy to hear what you have to add.
Oh, it's just because I got this international award. Yeah, so that's why I was just going to say that we have this. Yeah, for sure. And this is real. This is real. Yeah, real money.
Perfect. Thank you. So this one's for Victor, directly for you. Are you working as you study? If so, how do you manage both?
Yes, I am working right now for the college, and I will start working in another company right now. It's a retail store, and because I have like the sales background too, so for me it's like easy to go with this. But I have a family, I have a daughter and a wife, so my wife helps me a lot with this, and it's not easy. But if you have a good time management, if you know how to organize your day, your hours, and if you are not like the best way of managing this kind of situation is create like a plan that you have to follow every week. Like we have apps to help you with this. Like there's a Trello, which is a app that you can use in your phone. You can put like everything that you have to do during the week there and just do it. You have to study, you have to work, and there's time for this. Don't worry about that. It's hard, but not impossible.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Victor. Not seeing any current open questions. I am going to just thank everyone so much for coming to the session. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. There are still lots of different sessions going on through the online website. I will get to Andre in one moment that question, but please consider talking to those college exploration sessions, looking at our virtual tours, going to the sessions. I know that the international Zoom link was just posted to the chat by James. Thank you very much. So please consider checking out anything else we're offering today. One last question for Victor. Was it easy to apply for the jobs?
Yes, actually, you will have like a problem just like me, because you're not like, you don't know how this market works here. Like you have to have a specific resume for a specific job that you are applying for, and you have to have a good cover letter. And at the beginning, I was trying to do like by myself, like just creating my resume and my cover letter, and nobody just answered me. And I was like, okay, who can help me? And I found a service at the college called the Career Services, where you can send them your cover letter and your resume and even the job that you want. And they can see if the resume and the cover letter are good for this job, and they can help you to create a best option for this. And just use this. Use everything that the college has to offer to you. Just use it. And after that, I received like more than 20 job offers. So yeah. Now it's easy. It was not like at the beginning, but now it's pretty good. Can I just add one thing about the internship? Probably next year, I'm going to open opportunities at my company that I'm starting right now. So you will have opportunities to work at as digital sales and marketing jobs with me, probably.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Victor. And thank you again to everybody who attended the session. It means a lot to us that you took the time to come and chat about our wonderful programs. Like I mentioned, Please consider checking out the other opportunities. The session unfortunately does have to come to a close. We're running close to the end of our time. There's a couple questions left in the queue that I will be answering messaging specifically for. But thank you again so much for attending, and hopefully we look forward to seeing you at the various intakes for our wonderful, wonderful programs.